Today I'm going to discuss the importance of a secure password and offer some tips on how to create one. If you use a computer to do pretty much anything, then you probably have created a password before. We generally use passwords for our email accounts, social media sites, online shopping, and online banking. These are all areas where we have sensitive personal information that needs to be protected by secure passwords. A secure password is our first strategy to defend our information from unauthorized users. An important way to ensure that your password is strong is to make sure it has at least 8 characters. The longer it is, the more difficult it will be for unauthorized users to guess or steal your password. Another way to create a strong password is to avoid using parts of your username, your real name, your company name, or anything that someone might be able to guess. If you make it something that includes any of these, it increases the chances that your password could be compromised. You also want to make sure that your password does not include any complete words. This makes it much more difficult to guess the password as well. One of the most important things you can do for your secure password is to keep it different from previous passwords. This is to eliminate the opportunity for unauthorized users to try variations of a password that has been used in the past or compromised in the past. Something to remember about passwords is that they are like underwear. You must change them often and early. When choosing the characters for your password, you will want to use characters from the 4 main categories, which would be uppercase letters, lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. By using a combination of these 4 categories of characters, you can create a strong password. A good way to create a password that is strong but easy to remember is to think of a hobby or a phrase that has some meaning to you and then substitute letters with symbols or numbers. This breaks up full words and makes it easier to remember. It is never a good idea to write down your passwords because that makes them vulnerable to tampering and theft. If you have to write them down to remember them, you should never, under any circumstance, label them as a password or link them to what accounts they are for. Now, when you actually create a secure password, you will have to enter the password, and then for security measures to ensure accuracy, you will have to re-enter it. Certain sites where secure passwords are required may have different criteria for their password protection. For example, some sites will not allow more than 3 of the same characters in a row. Some sites may also require your password to contain at least one of all 4 of the categories of characters, both uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. And for added security, some sites will actually check the strength of your password. And if it's too weak, you will need to alter it until it's strong enough. If it's too similar to a previous password, it may also be denied and you might have to redo it. So when you are creating your password, remember that this is a form of defense for your private information. So the stronger you can make it, the more secure your information will be. With the increase in online theft and fraud, taking the time to create a strong password will certainly be worth it. So these have been just a few tips on secure passwords and their benefits, and I thank you for listening, and hopefully this has helped.